Hi, I'm going to do an additional video here on ceilings because as I work through my own model, I saw some things pop up that will probably happen on yours. So let me bring that up right now. All right, here's the model here. Okay, so one of the things I discovered as I worked my way through here is I had this big, wide open, kind of open office concept. However, when I tried to put the grid in this whole space, it got really messy. It was hard to make it kind of cut cleanly, lay out logically. So what I first did was sort of divvy up this section here. There's a department here and a department here, but they're pretty open. They go back and forth. So one of the first things I want to do that kind of happens in the real world is I want to put another grid system here. However, you don't really like abut them next to each other. You want to have basically what's called a soffit. So it's like it's a picture like a kind of wall basically hanging from the ceiling. So like a piece coming down of drywall that's sort of boxed off. It's basically a rectangle. So I'm going to draw that in there. And so that you go to ceiling. Oh, gotta save it now. Blue ball. All right, once we get that, okay, now we got that going. Maybe. It's a big model. There's a lot of furniture in here now. Come on. Of course this happens. Okay, we're gonna sketch it. Now we're gonna go to rectangle. I'm gonna draw it right at this corner. Remember, we want things to connect nice and tight because we don't want sunshine from the outside to kind of flow through. So that's gonna be my basically drywall soffit. I can do another one on this side because I think I want to have one section of a 2x4 ceiling here and another here. So I want to have a little division there. So I'm going to put this one in ceiling, sketch, I'm getting a rectangle. This time I'm going to start down at the bottom here, go up to about probably that like mullion mark and click the green arrow. All right, so now we have a nice kind of division between these two areas. Next I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in a ceiling. Instead of gypsum board, it's going to be 2x4. I'm going to sketch it. I'm going to use the line tool because it's an odd shape. I can't just use the rectangle for this. So I'm going to go up to here. I'm going to try to get midway through this wall here. This is like a glazing wall. Then up through to here. Remember, for the exterior walls, you want to get this ceiling somewhere in the middle so we're blocking out the sunshine and the light. Come down here, around, and back to this edge here. And then down and across. All right, and hopefully that will come out pretty clean. Okay, that one looks pretty good. We can play around with the alignment. So I'm going to click that. Click on that. Click the align tool. I'm going to see if I want to align it to this back wall here. Looks okay down here. It looks a little wonky over here. So let's kind of play around with some of the alignment here. I'm going to pick this line to there. That's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to leave that. This actually right here, there's a ceiling. There's kind of this cool wall, and I think it's coming up through my ceiling. So let's check on that in 3D. If we go back over to this section, I'm not really seeing them, so you might just be barely cutting into the ceiling. That does bring up, though, these sections here. All right, this is part of these wall sections. Let me go back into the plan and show you what we're looking at here. So as a lot of you are using steel case, some of these have rooms that are they kind of come in these like pod rooms where they have like the audio visual on the wall. They also have some nice glass doors. Frankly, they're a lot easier to use than Revit's just curtain walls. So if you find them and you're using them, go for it. They're easy to stretch too. So I was able to kind of customize them a little bit. So this is what's going on over here is that's these kind of they're like a fancier version of a cubicle wall, but they function as like these temporary walls. So what happens is when you build this space, they're going to put in the ceiling actually before they put in this part. So when I went through here, I kind of actually forgot that, and I put in some ceilings in these rooms here. So let's go show you on the 3D part. So here they are here. So there's 3 separate ceilings. There's 1, 2, 3 here. I'm going to leave this because this is one department here, but this guy right here would probably all be part of this outer lobby area. So I'm going to go back and resketch that in a second. But before I do that, I want to bring these walls down, the heights of them, because they're not actually like real walls. They're like I said, these kind of cubicle install furniture pieces here. All right, so I've got one. It's hard to get them all at once, but we'll get this one. I'll control and get that one. If you look at the height over here, they're 9'6". I want to make these 8 feet, so they're coming down to the bottom of my drywall. That one jumped down okay. Whoops, there it goes. Okay. This one, this unit, and that unit all need to also come down to 8 foot. All right. So let's go back to the ceiling plan. And now what I want to do is this ceiling here, I want to stretch it so it comes and covers those rooms now. So I'm going to kind of hover over it now. I'm going to say edit boundary up here at the top, but I'm going to go back to level 1 ceiling plan where I can see it. So this is where I want to bring cover this section here. So I'm going to just literally just delete that line, pull this line over, and now pull this line down. Let's make sure they connect. Almost, not quite. All right, we'll do the okay. And here's another place where I could use a soffit too. So let me put that in there while I'm here. So I'm going to do a ceiling sketch. This is those little rectangles. I can kind of edit this up later as needed. I'll bring it like to here. All right, and let's go look at that in 3D. And now it's looking pretty good. And that's that little square I just put in. So we might play with that a little bit because see there, it looks like there might be some light that's going to come in there. The rest of these walls coming up higher, that's fine. These are going to the ceiling, basically the ceiling above. Some of these, my glass ones are a little bit taller too. This is not a big deal in your model, but you want to watch some of those ones that are, like I said, more of these like cubicle walls, and that's what these guys are here. These are all kind of end pieces of that, so I might clean that up. Not super critical on your plan of what we're going to see, but I'm just doing it kind of for my own happiness. All right, so let's head back here. So a lot of these questions and concerns come up as folks email, like I said before. So if you have one, just let me know and I'll easily jump online and make a video like that. All right, thanks again. Bye.